Hey Gemini, welcome into your yin yang reading. This side represents what's manifesting in your physical world, and this side represents what's going on in the background, what's going on in the non-physical. What are your ancestors trying to tell you? What are your guides trying to tell you? Okay, so I see there's a sense in you at the moment of you feeling alone or feeling like you don't know where you belong, having to do something alone and in your power. We've got the Nine of Pentacles here. We've also got the Five of Pentacles. Now, I feel like you're going through some sort of an initiation, something that's helping you to really be singular, to help you stand in your power alone, regardless of how much support you've got in the 3D from the people around you here. I feel like you're getting to a new level of your soul, Ace of Wands, a new sense of spiritual purpose, a new sense of spiritual power here. And this aloneness is actually enhancing your intuition here. The spirit world can be much more generous with us when our energies are clear of the chaos of the 3D world. That's when we really align with the spiritual world. That's when higher vibrational realms can really become manifest in our consciousness. I feel like you're looking ahead. You feel strong here with the Three of Wands showing up. And you feel like you're abundant. You feel like you've got everything you need. But we've got Sarah Lecali here, Queen of the Outsiders. Okay, she reminds us that you are always home when you have love in your heart. Okay, the quote on the card is, I have arrived. I am where I will always be, in love. So I feel like you're raising your frequency up to a much more loving platform here. What was a bit of a standout card for me was the Five of Swords in your yin realm vault, I would say. The yin realm energies here. There's some sort of an energetic battle going on here, okay? I'm hearing Kundalini, okay? There's something you've got to untangle in your soul, and I feel like the way through this and the way to do this is to stand on your own 2 feet, is to get to that point where you know you're a warrior and you know you're the creator of your own reality. I feel like there's this need, there's these energies being cooked up in the background here, and I feel like part of you feels like you need a mate, you need a match. Four of Wands, Two of Cups. Just know that that is being cooked up in the background, and you are the creator of your own reality. You've got a lot of power, Gemini, with this creator energy coming out in your yin realm section. You've got the Six of Wands on the bottom of the deck here. Victory. And I feel like this victory will be had because you're learning that you are the creator of your reality, and that everything is a reflection. Everything outside of you reflects what's going on inside of you. There's also this energy here of generosity. Six of Pentacles. So I don't know if this is you being generous to others, or some sort of generosity you've had from a female in your life specifically, or someone with a generous feminine energy, someone who's tried to help you on your spiritual path, or someone who does naturally help you on your spiritual path. I feel like they really want the best for you. They really want you in your full power. There's this sense here of, you getting to the point where you don't need a relationship. And that's the point at which we find that perfect relationship, when we know we are enough all by ourselves, when we've reached that level of sovereignty, when we've reached a level of being unabandonable, okay? Knowing that we can handle whatever life throws at us, that we're enough, that we are powerful, that we can manifest anything we want. So there's a sense of this teacher energy in your midst here. Now, this could be someone you've known previously, whose energy is still with you. This could be someone you're yet to meet, who will be very generous with you, with their wisdom, with their spiritual knowledge. But I feel like it's a very important energy, this High Priestess card. And it's really enriching your whole being, okay? Enriching you to be the best you can possibly be. Now, there's this energy that, sometimes in the 3D, what people perceive to be an outsider is actually someone who is so elevated in their consciousness that they find it difficult sometimes to find a place within the human groups. Now, I would always take that as a compliment personally, because oftentimes when we fit in with the mainstream, it means we're not really following our spiritual pathway. So just know that oftentimes when we feel left out, when we feel isolated, when we feel ostracized, that's part of the 3D illusion. Okay, they're telling me dark night of the soul. That's why they call it a dark night of the soul. Because the things that are often good for our spirit, they won't feel good. You won't necessarily feel good about the reactions you get from people when you start to elevate your consciousness, when life starts shifting around you. into different formats, different reactions, okay? This is all alchemical, and it's all for the greater good, for you to get to that point where you're in a sovereign position, where you really do feel like you've got a grip on your reality and that you can handle it. Lots of passion, lots of fiery enthusiasm here, and I feel like it's coming for you once you get out of any feelings of being left out, locked out, left behind. No one can ever leave you behind, because you're the creator of your reality. It's just an illusion when we feel like that, okay? And it's often a sign for us to get back up into our sovereignty, connect with the non-physical, connect with our guides, connect with our higher self. And often being ostracized is actually a great blessing, because it means that you don't have to, worry about fitting in or worry about being what other people want you to be or expect you to be. There's this great sense of freedom when we just accept that we are enough. We don't need to be popular. We don't need to be liked by everyone. It's a bonus, don't get me wrong. But love from those of a higher vibration is of a higher quality than having, tons and tons of people who seem to accept you temporarily in the 3D, but their love shifts along with your usefulness. So this is about you being useful to yourself. This is about you being the harnesser of power, you pulling in energies that your guides are trying to give to you here. There's still a little bit of an illusion here, and I feel like it's to do with some sort of a connection. Okay, we've got the moon next to the 5 of swords, so there's something that you need to see clearly, either in yourself or in another. And the creator is constantly sending out a signal to you, okay? Constantly sending out this signal. We've got the 10 of Pentacles showing up here. So this is about your legacy, your family legacy, what you want to be remembered for, what you want to actually gift to the universe while you're in a physical format. 5 of Swords is quite a low vibrational card. So there's something here that might be painful for you to look at. It might seem dark, it might seem shadowy, but it needs to be untangled, okay? 2 of Cups and the 4 of Wands. This is a real focus on relationships. I feel like there is something being cooked up in the Akash. We've got the King of Pentacles here. Something solid, something stable, something long-lasting. King of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles. Good energies. Ace of Pentacles. You've got a lot of gifts cooking up in the non-physical realm, and I feel like you're going to find them on your pathway once you fully embrace your singleness, if you're single. And if you're not single, then it's about you fully embracing your independence, knowing you're the conduit for your own messages from spirit, knowing that the nudges and the impulses and the passionate feelings you get on any subject are your signs. They are your signs, and your signs are personal to you, okay? Spirit always talks to us in a way that is very personal, okay? And it's hard often to explain that to other people because we're all on our personal journeys here. So getting comfortable with knowing that not everyone will understand you. In fact, people aren't really supposed to understand you is sort of part of the journey. But know fully that the non-physical always understands you. They always have your back, and they understand this yearning you have for real support, real understanding here. The moon card showed up again, okay? So there's some sort of an illusion, something elusive, something that's just slipping past your consciousness that I feel like you could ask the universe, what is this information that's just slipping by me? Okay, it's almost like your mind's trying to grasp it and linearize it and bring it down into an understandable format. But there's something here blocking it. 5 of Swords, there's something blocking you seeing things clearly or blocking you seeing the truth, okay? I'm hearing that someone sees you as a gift. Ace of Pentacles. Someone sees your stability. Someone sees you as this shining beacon of strength, all right? So maybe you have a hard time seeing yourself like that. Maybe you have a hard time seeing the victorious side of you, seeing what a winner you really are. Let's clarify. 2 of Cups. Show me 2 of Cups. The Fool. See, again, it's about you going off on a journey on your own and knowing that you're enough, knowing that everything you hold is enough, knowing you can conjure up whatever you want, knowing that everything's magnetic and it comes to you when you're ready, okay? When the student is ready, the teacher will appear. So I feel like the way you're going to find your 2 of Cups is to completely revel in your independence, in your singleness, and, to grow so strong from that place of independence that your magnetism just goes through the roof. Okay, show me a moon card for Gemini. I'm hearing that you've been gifted here. This high priestess energy, you've been gifted with knowledge. You've been gifted with something. And it's almost like you haven't unwrapped the gift yet. You haven't unwrapped it. Someone was very generous, either spiritually, but I feel like this was someone you've actually come across in your physical world. They've gifted you something here, but you're yet to unwrap it. So you may want to look at that. It could be someone you met, someone you spoke to briefly, someone who meant a lot to you. You will know how this resonates, but there's definitely a gift, a psychological, a consciousness gift for your consciousness to unwrap and see clearly. Okay, oftentimes our minds can sometimes fight against certain concepts because our mind tries to protect us. But this is something that, you know, you may even have this energy as part of your yin realm, you know, like an army, all right? And there are some energies that we need to rise up out of, even on a non-physical level, as above, so below. Everything that's happening in the yin realm, in the non-physical, will manifest later on in the physical. You've got communication is key. So this could be you having a word with yourself. This could be with you meditating, connecting to the divine, or speaking your truth, or trying to harmoniously communicate with someone who's already in your life or has been a part of your life, that you may not have seen it as a gift at the time, but I'm hearing that it's the sort of energy that will become apparent to you. The more your consciousness unfolds and blooms and gets to different levels and different platforms of perspective, the more you're going to realize what a gift this energy actually was for you. Interesting energy. It's all looking good. It's all looking good, Gemini. There's just this little pesky 5 of Swords. Okay. Wandering path, enjoy the journey. Yeah, I feel like this is about you being really independent. I feel like this is about you being in the flow, bottom of the deck. Everything is smooth sailing. You create a smooth pathway for yourself by not holding yourself to society's standards and thinking, oh, I should have had this by now. I should have achieved that by now. Listen, our spiritual pathways are very personal, and no one outside of us gets to decide what's right or wrong for us. We are the deciders of what we need. We don't need to live a life that we've seen other people living on TV. That's subliminal hypnosis, okay? It's designed to have you controlling your reality according to what other people want from you by putting certain images and ideas into your mind so that you can never really find freedom. And I feel like that's what this 5 of Swords is. I feel like it's just the hypnotic effect of living in the modern world, of being hypnotized by the programming, right? TV programming, the programming from other people, etc., etc. I feel like you're clearing this out because you're starting to enjoy your own company and getting a way stronger connection to the non-physical by doing that. Let's pull some of these. There's a map and a compass here, so there's definitely a route for you to take that is, you find the next point on your path by how it feels. If something feels good to you, then you know you've reached a nexus point on your own personal journey. Okay, we've got you can achieve great things, number 7, and your imaginary friend, childhood treasures resurface. So I feel like this often comes up when we need to embrace our inner child. We need to let our inner child in on things. We don't want to be too rigid. We don't want to just be worrying about bills or worrying about this. We need to live in the now moment and pull as much power into our now moment as we possibly can, which means allowing the inner child to merge with your whole being as an ethereal being, okay, and flow with that. There's a lot of power waiting for you in that reconnection to your inner child. But I feel like some of you may have things in childhood that your subconscious is blocking from you, okay? Because even in the non-physical, we have a lot of protection, okay? And now how does the non-physical manifest in our lives? Well, it's often called the subconscious. And I feel like your subconscious is hiding something from you. It's keeping you in this illusion to try and protect you. Okay, but I feel like you're strong enough. I feel like you're strong enough to face these childhood things. I feel like you're strong enough to communicate with your inner child, and you're strong enough to release energies that have kept you kind of not seeing yourself clearly and not seeing life clearly, because the non-physical world, your subconscious, has been protecting you from certain types of information that may be hard to process or deal with. But I feel like once you process it and deal with it, you've got great gifts, great relationships, okay, and great creative power to access. But you have to face these things from the heart chakra. Face them, process them, and know that they do not define you. Let's see what the ancestors have to say about this. I feel like there may be someone you want to reach out to that's very generous in spirit, very generous. And I feel like they've got this patience when it comes to you. They see something in you. Okay, we've got the Hunter of Conflict again. This energy seems to be causing some conflict. It's like you know, being in conflict with yourself, okay? Two opposing energies that have got to find a way to harmonize. Okay, Hunter of Paths. Yeah, because there's a side of you that's going to try and stop you out of fear. Okay, this is a fear thing. All right, we've got the Dancer of Joy on the bottom of the deck. So the more joyous you can be, and the more you can look for ways to be more joyous, that is what assures your victory. Feeling that love in the now moment, knowing that getting to a positive place in your now moment, a loving place in your now moment, is what life is all about. Everything we think we want outside of us, we want them so that we feel good. So conjuring up that good feeling, it's so magnetic. It pulls everything in that you need when you need it. There's just this need for you to flow and enjoy the journey, okay? Forget what other people think. If you feel alone, forget that energy that tells you you should have this, you should have that. We're always exactly where we need to be, and we're always blessed, and we are always loved by the divine. Show me energies for Gemini. I feel like you really crave a harmonious partnership. Something really secure, something really solid. And they're saying you can have all this, but there's something that needs to be harmonized, okay? Something you're not seeing clearly, something that's, it's a spiritual work, some spiritual work for you to do. Uranus, okay? So Uranus is completely outside the box. Uranus is the unexpected. Uranus is that eccentric energy, okay? We've got the 12th house, conscious. Yes. That is what I'm talking about. There's something in your subconscious, the 12th house, that needs to be released. It needs to be made conscious. You need to face it. It doesn't define you. Your soul is beautiful. Your soul is always beautiful. But there's something here that I feel like you're worried. You know, the 3D version of you doesn't want to be categorized as someone who's an outsider or someone who had this thing happen to them when they're a child. So it's your own mind that's worried about being boxed into a certain category. What Uranus tells us is that there is no box. There's just experience here. Something really wants to be made conscious so you can fully manifest your legacy. Be who you truly are. On the bottom of this deck, we've got the time has come. The time to act is now. The priestess of time. There's something here to do with a high priestess. I don't know if it's you or someone connected to you, but you can achieve great things. You just need to make what is unconscious conscious. You need to face the shadow. You need to face your shadow self. And you know, the energies here want you to know you are loved, you are supported. People do want to work with you. People do see you as a gift. People do see you as this amazing person that they can have great times with and manifest a lot of beautiful things and leave a real beautiful legacy. But you need to happily wander into your own mind here with the Fool card coming out. Happily flow with what wants to be acknowledged, because I feel like your inner child wants you to acknowledge something and know that it doesn't box you in, it doesn't define you, but it has to be transmuted, this energy, okay? Intense energy. Okay, I'm going to pull from these and see. Little gypsy cards. We'll see what the gypsy cards have to say. Show me what Gemini needs to know about what they need to bring to consciousness. Okay, the house. So this could be something to do with the way you were brought up, something to do with the way you are within the home. We all have that craving for our sanctuary, for our tribe. We all have that. It's a very human thing. So this could be something that happened in your childhood when you were a child. Something that happened in the home, when you were a child. And it needs to be unlocked within you. You need to understand that this situation doesn't define you. It's hard, isn't it? When things happen in a childhood setting or a childhood home, it wires in with our idea of family. And, you know, you've got this little job to unlock this vault in your mind. Get to this success and just face whatever it is that doesn't define you, okay? There's a sense that your mind can converge on you sometimes, and your mind can, you know, the logical mind doesn't want something, but the higher mind does want it. So your higher mind's calling out to you, Gemini, to face this thing, whatever it is, and see it as a blip on the radar, okay? Seeing through the eyes of source, seeing from a higher vibrational vantage point. You can laugh. I mean, you can laugh at the things that used to scare you. Eventually you can see the funny side and transmute it. There is no box. You're an ethereal being. And I feel like this energy, there's just one little energy that seems to control, you know, it's for it to show up in this yin-yang position. Conflict, 5 of Swords, right? There's a pathway waiting for you, but you've got to be able to see the pathway clearly to get at it, okay? Now, we've all got a shadow as well, all right? So I feel like maybe your shadow's very, very, very overprotective of you. And no one's shadow becomes that overprotective of them unless it's been summoned to be that overprotective, okay? But we've got to integrate that shadow. We've got to acknowledge why our shadow is so powerful, what caused it to be so powerful. This isn't about what society thinks or what scientists think or, you know, this is our spiritual work. This is about who we are at a source level. Knowing that our shadow is only ever roused and created so powerfully to protect us, and we can love our shadow for that and integrate our shadow through understanding its potency is the equivalent of how much it loves us. Okay, our shadows get so powerful because they've got a powerful love to protect us, but I feel like your shadow's been so used to protecting you that it's now, you know, it needs to be understood, it needs to be spoken to, it needs to be reasoned with, because it's almost, you know, there's this, imagine a wolf and it's angry and it's ravenous and it's kind of stopping anyone getting through the door. You know, it's stopping because it just wants to protect you. It's like barking away at your visitors, if that makes sense. And it needs to be soothed, it needs to be understood, and it needs to be tamed here to unleash all this beautiful, you've got so many gifts waiting for you. Okay, go with the flow, Gemini. You're doing really well. You've got a great amount of power here, and hopefully see you again. Lots of love.